Les taules de quiròfan.
Europe shaken by unprecedented weather anomalies, from giant hail to tropical downpours. On July 8, 2025, a powerful storm struck the city of Split, Croatia, far stronger than usual for the region. It caused significant damage to the city's infrastructure, especially the port area, vital to the country's economy. A ferry broke free from its mooring and collided with a tourist excursion boat, sinking it and damaging a catamaran. Fortunately, no one was injured.
Murką.
In southern Poland, the storm's rampage forced firefighters to respond to over 1,000 emergency calls in a single day. The most affected regions were Podkarpackie, Silesian, Lesser Poland, and Lublin Voivodeships. More than 300 buildings were damaged.
Półtora metra więcej wody. Tutaj normalnie stoję sobie przy barierce. Tak wyglądają ziemniaki.
On July 10th, the storm hit western Ukraine, including Lviv, Volyn, and Ternopil oblasts. In Lviv, 4.34 inches of rain fell in just 12 hours, the heaviest downpour in the city's recorded history. Streets were flooded, rivers overflowed, and residents were evacuated by boat. Over 44,000 households lost power. A day earlier, on July 9th, a tornado was recorded near Zydekiv in Lviv Oblast. The next day, July 10th, squalls and large hailstones up to 2 inches in diameter hit Cherkasy and Kiev oblasts, damaging cars, rooftops, and destroying crops and gardens. In Kharkiv Oblast, a heavy downpour brought wind gusts of up to 45 miles per hour. A tower crane collapsed, and a tree fell on a train, forcing emergency evacuations. There were casualties. 1 woman was killed, and 5 others were injured, including a 7-year-old girl.
светофор сорвало полностью.
Starting July 11th, northeastern Spain was hit by the Dana storm system, an upper-level low that usually forms over the Mediterranean in fall, but this time arrived in July, a climatic anomaly. The city of Igualada in the Anoia district was especially hard hit. 3.43 inches of rain fell in 1 hour, with 1.06 inches falling in the first 10 minutes. The typical monthly average for July in that region is just 1.18 inches. Flooding paralyzed rail transport. About 150 people spent the night at Sant Station in Barcelona. A plane en route to the USA had to return after hail shattered its nose cone.
Aquí sí que ha baixat, eh?
Va a marea y todo, ¿eh?
Les taules de quiròfan.
En 1209.
On July 12th, a sudden hailstorm struck Vanatorii Neamt County, Romania. Within minutes, ice blanketed the ground and rooftops as if it were winter. Visibility dropped sharply, and roads became dangerously slick. The temperature plunged from 86 degrees Fahrenheit to 54 degrees Fahrenheit in just 10 minutes.
No erano finiti invii.
Since July 9th, a severe storm swept across Belarus. Winds of up to 54 miles per hour, along with thunderstorms and heavy rain, left 170 towns and villages without electricity. Over 4,700 acres of forest were flattened, with 90% of the damage occurring in Mogilev Oblast. In Mogilev, a young woman died after a tree, under which she was sheltering, collapsed. A tornado of EF2 strength tore through the village of Varki in Vitebsk Oblast, uprooting trees and ripping off roofs and even walls. In Minsk, rain poured like a curtain, severely reducing visibility. Large hailstones damaged vehicles. Though meteorologists had warned of approaching storms, few expected such intensity.
Машину надо убрать.
On July 11th, Latvia recorded its first ever case of giant hail, officially entered into the European Severe Weather Database, ESWD. In Pals, Maine, Smiltene region, hailstones up to 4.5 inches in diameter fell, the largest ever recorded in Latvia. The storm damaged roofs, cars, and solar panels. From July 9th to 15th, Russia was shaken by a series of weather anomalies. In southern Pskov Oblast, a tornado, torrential rain, and hail the size of chicken eggs, up to 2 inches, caused extensive damage. Crews restored nearly 1,200 miles of power lines. In Moscow and the surrounding region, extreme heat was replaced by tropical storms. Some areas were hit with hailstones up to 2.75 inches, while wind speeds at Sheremetyevo Airport reached 74 miles per hour. On July 14th and 15th, Moscow was again hit by heavy storms. Streets, subways, and underpasses were flooded. Lightning strikes caused fires in residential buildings across Moscow and the Moscow region. In the Samara region, on July 12th, a powerful storm tore off rooftops and uprooted trees. On the Volga River, a small boat capsized, a woman was killed, and 5 others were rescued. In a tent camp in Krasnoglinski district, a tree fell on tourists, killing 2 people. On July 14th, in Tula region, in the village of Bunaryovo, lightning struck wet sand on a beach. 3 people, including a child, were killed instantly, and 3 more were injured.
Прям шторм какой-то.
A wave of violent storms, with intense winds, large hail, lightning, and torrential rains, also swept through Serbia, Slovakia, Hungary, and other European countries. In his latest address, Dr. Egon Kalakian reveals a key factor contributing to the escalation of natural disasters: micro and nanoplastics, which have already become climate-active substances in both the ocean and the atmosphere. Find out more in the video. From brain damage to infertility, how nanoplastic is stealing your future.